Why aren't you getting better every day? There is no good reason to voluntarily go to bed a worse version of yourself than you were when you woke up. You know who does that? You know who chooses to move the needle backwards every single day? People you don't want to be. All the people that are living the life that you're not interested in, with their job that they hate, with their income that they hate, with their relationships that they hate, with their body that they hate. By voluntarily not getting better, you are doing the same thing that they're doing. They might be further along in the process than you are, but you're still doing the same thing. You are going down the same path that they are choosing to go down. And before you go to bed tonight, I just want you to think about which path you went down today.
I actually think the greatest consequence in life is not keeping commitments to yourself. So, isn't it really lovely to know that maybe the way to turn that into a positive, upward reinforcing spiral is just keep that tiny commitment you made to yourself today. When you said you were going to get in bed at 10 p.m, you do that. And you stack that. Like, yesterday's out of play. But the next thing you do in the next hour, can you keep that commitment to yourself?
We've all heard it. It's always darkest before the dawn. You have to push through the hard to get to the place you're trying to get to. Tell me one good thing in your life that came without stress and anxiety. Does not exist. And when you feel the highest pressure, the highest stress, and the highest anxiety, when you're in the pursuit of something greater, it's a good indication that you're actually on the right path. It's a position that you want to actually be in, because once you push through this time of extreme stress, pressure, and anxiety, on the other side is the promised land that you've been looking for. So my advice would be lean into this, give it another 6 months, and what will happen is you're going to look back and be like, man, I can't believe I thought it was that hard.
You can convince yourself your entire life that you're weak and incapable, but maybe you've just never put yourself in a trying situation that required more of you. Our self-confidence, self-esteem isn't based on how we look or even what we think we can be, but on evidence of what we've already overcome in the past and what we're still giving each and every day. If you've always avoided challenges, bailed out when the water gets hot, quit after failing just once at anything, then you will forever see yourself as inadequate and incomplete because it's all you know. It's all you've ever fed yourself. So convince yourself otherwise and push yourself. For once in your life, finish that hard run. Give up going out and study more for one more night than you're used to. Look at how much your body's changed over just sticking to the plan for just a few months, and tell me these accomplishments aren't the greatest highs you've ever felt in your entire life. Tell me you still feel underachieving and undeserving of the happiness and personal accomplishments that have escaped you for so long. Stick with the hard problems for longer, especially when all that self-doubt and negative thoughts come out. They're not signs for you to take your foot off the gas and give up again. They're signs for you to push forward to somewhere you've never gone before, because the growth you're looking for can only be found through the adversity that you're so afraid of. You know, man, everything you want is on the other side of just a little more push than you're used to. That's the only currency you'll ever need to save your life from yourself.
The root cause of the quitter isn't that you can't do 100 push-ups. You can train anybody to do that. The root cause of the quitter is when you get in hell, you can't process it. It's too much to process because your mind starts going back to the real reality of like, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough. It's not trained. So I started training this, realizing that the only thing that makes me quit is not the muscle fatigue, it's the mental fatigue that makes me quit everything in life. So I became a practitioner of the mind. The mind's a very powerful thing. It has a tactical advantage over you all the time. It knows your fears, right. It knows your insecurities, it knows where you don't want to go. So it will guide you away from that. And that's why the mind will always win until you reprogram it. It will always win until you fucking reprogram it. Because the mind controls you. Why is that? It's your fucking mind. It's your mind. Because all those things that happen to you in your life, all those bad things, all those things that you blame other people for, they're now yours to own. You got to figure out a way to reprogram your mind to get outside the box.
There's a moment in life that breaks you. A moment when everything you thought you had, everything you built, everything you believed in, collapses. Maybe it's the loss of someone you loved. Maybe it's a dream that crumbled, a failure so massive that you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Maybe it's the weight of years of mistakes, pain, regret, rock bottom, the place where you feel empty, number lost. And when you're there, it feels permanent. It feels like the end, like the best parts of life are behind you. like you, have nothing left to give. But listen to me. Rock bottom is not the end. It's the foundation. I know it doesn't feel that way now. But one day you'll look back and realize that this moment, this painful, unbearable, earth-shattering moment, was the beginning of something greater. The art of rising after hitting rock bottom isn't about going back to who you used to be. It's about becoming someone new, stronger, wiser, unbreakable. And it starts right now.
The first step to rebuilding is accepting reality. Not running from it. Not pretending it's not happening. But facing it head on. This is where you are. This is your starting point. But this is not who you are. The mistake people make when they hit rock bottom is that they think they're stuck there forever. They let their circumstances become their identity. I failed, so I must be a failure. I lost everything, so I must be worthless. I made mistakes, so I must be broken beyond repair. None of that is true. You are not your rock bottom. You are the person who will rise from it. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's simply saying, this is where I am right now, but it's not where I'm going to stay. Let's be real. You're not going to feel motivated right now. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly feel like taking on the world. And if you wait for that moment, you'll stay exactly where you are. Motivation isn't what gets you out of rock bottom. Action is, even if you don't feel like it, even if you're exhausted, even if everything inside you is screaming. What's the point? You take a step anyway, and then another, and then another. It doesn't matter how small. What matters is that you're moving, because movement creates momentum. And once you have momentum, everything changes.
You start where you are, with what you have. Don't try to fix everything at once. Focus on the smallest, most manageable step you can take today. If you're drowning in regret, start by forgiving yourself, just a little. If you feel weak, start by proving to yourself that you're not. One workout, one challenge, one promise kept. If you feel lost, start by doing one thing that brings even the smallest sense of direction. Reading, learning, asking for help. You don't need to rebuild your entire life in one day. You just need to lay one brick every day. And eventually, you'll look up and realize you've built something unshakable. You have two choices. You can let rock bottom be the reason you stay down, or you can let it be the reason you rise. The world will tell you that you're broken, that your mistakes define you, that you'll never recover. But you don't have to accept that story. You get to write a new one. Adopt the mindset of a warrior. A warrior doesn't ask, why did this happen to me? A warrior asks, what am I going to do about it? A warrior doesn't wait for things to get easier. They train in the fire. They use the pain, the anger, the loss, not as shackles, but as fuel. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as a fighter, the game changes.